Welcome to Nacho Fitness Coach. I'm Sarah, the expert.
And I'm Caleigh, the beginner.
Join us as we discuss fitness culture
from our two very different perspectives.
So grab yourself a protein shake
or a glass of wine
and let's get started. So Caleigh, it's our last episode for season 2.
It's crazy.
It is crazy. It's been a wild ride.
Yeah.
I love it. We have an important topic to talk about today.
Very important.
Because we got the holidays that are like here.
Yeah. Upon us.
Once again. I mean, the funny thing, it like happens every year.
They just keep coming back.
They do. They just
just get over the last one and then it's back.
And it's back again. Here we are again. I also feel like the last few months of every year go really fast. Once you hit, I feel like Halloween.
Yeah.
There's just
so much going on.
There's so much jam packed into those next like 10 weeks.
Is that while that's true, we also say that all year long.
Well, true. I feel like once you have kids though, it goes fast and then they're little and then they grow so fast. You and I as adults, we don't change that much year over year.
Yep.
You know, but in their world, it's wild. And that's when you really realize how much time flies by.
Yep.
So, you come back around and it's this time of year again. It's the holidays. You've got Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's Eve, New Year's resolutions. They're all jam-packed in here. Busy schedules, whatever, breaks from school. And I believe if you don't have a plan in place, this is that time of year that can kind of sneak up on you.
Yeah.
And then you feel like there can be a lot of guilt around it.
And then you have to like have a whole holiday dedicated to starting over, which is New Year's Day. Now it's like, now I'll fix everything.
Oh, wait. So what I feel like can commonly happen though is if you are somebody that tends to have New Year's resolutions and you're okay, this is going to be my year of me. These last 6 weeks now of the year, all of a sudden you're thrown out the window and you're like binging or you're going crazy or being like, oh, I better get it in now. I mean, it's the holidays and I'm going to do. So it's okay. We're going to kind of share some nuggets of information then for people to consider this holiday season to try to avoid that cycle from happening again.
It really is a cycle.
It is a cycle. It's a cycle of life. It's really deep. It's the soundtrack from Lion King just went through my head. It just never gets old. So do you have any holiday strategies? Has this been something that you've really ever thought about in the past?
Honestly, no. I'm just straight shooting right here. No.
Nope. I haven't had to.
I do what I do over the holidays.
Are you someone that's made New Year's resolutions in the past?
Not really. No.
At all, or just not health and wellness related?
Not really at all.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That's not something I really ever
There's
subscribed
nothing
to.
You even are like, oh, I think about like this would be a good time to just be like, no. Wow, that's a hard no. Okay.
I would say if anything, I tend to I kind of have that renewal mindset, the beginning of the school year. I homeschool my kids, so I'm like, this year I'm gonna do it right.
Oh yeah. See, so you do have New Year's resolutions. You're like, okay,
but it's in August.
Right. Oh, okay.
New school year.
New school year related. So
and then by October, it's all fizzled out, and I'm like, what?
You guys go back to what I've always
questioning all my life choices.
So your New Year's resolution just happens at a different time of year.
Guess, yeah. Now that we're really dissecting it, I suppose.
Okay, well that works. And
that's what I think. I kind of I don't know. I feel like we're going off here, but my summertime for me, I think is that October, November, December, where I'm like, well, now I can kind of slough off and
because you spent all the time planning and you have things figured out.
Okay.
Or no? Okay. Well, okay. All right.
I go into summer planning it all out.
Yeah.
Getting everything in order for the new year. I don't.
The new school year.
Yeah, the new school year. I kind of don't do that until have to do a Hail Mary 2 weeks before we start school. And I'm like, no, I have to do everything.
Right.
Because there's nothing
I ran out of time.
Procrastination to motivate you.
Get it done.
So then that last 2-3 weeks of summer, I'm like, all right, I'm ready for the school year.
Yeah.
So I suppose it is kind of the same.
It is the
I
same.
just kind of slack off all summer. Oh, I have time.
Yeah. And then it's go time.
And then I burn out by October.
It's like, we'll just write it out through May. We're good. I'll start it all over again. Oh my goodness. Well, it tends to be a common thing. I mean, when you're celebrating holidays, they only happen once a year. And so a lot, I think, family traditions come, and you maybe only have grandma's certain recipe that she only makes once a year. I know in our house, my mom makes a stew on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
That's the only time. It's a lot of work, a lot of effort. That stew, she only makes it once a year.
Okay.
And so, I feel like that can also be common where you have certain things that are just part of your memories, your traditions. If it's a lot of effort, maybe that's only the one time a year that grandma does a full turkey, or, you bake certain biscuits, or you have certain pies. And so you look forward to that.
Yeah.
And Thanksgiving can tend to be a holiday that a lot of people feel like they need to be rolled out of the house afterwards.
You got to wear your stretchy pants.
You wear and there's no judgment.
No.
There's no judgment. Wear your yoga pants, because you know what? It's one day.
Yep.
That actually is what I prefer about Thanksgiving, say over the Christmas holiday. Thanksgiving, you don't celebrate Thanksgiving for like 3 straight weeks.
Right.
And you don't make it up. If you can't make it to their party, you don't go to someone else.
Right.
Thanksgiving is literally one day.
You may have 2 max, like depending on your familial situation.
Right. Yes.
But yeah.
It's not.
Christmas is like a month-long
it's all December
situation. You have work parties, you have school parties, you have friend parties, you have multiple family parties, and you have
everyone's getting together, doing
all the parties, all the food.
Yes. And so it's like, okay, how would one that is trying to feel healthy or has certain goals, how do you approach this time of year?
Yeah.
With strategies? Because it does take some thought,
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
if you have a tendency,
agree with you. I just haven't ever put this on. This is brand new information.
I mean, if you're somebody that has a tendency to overindulge, I think how does that make you feel when you're done?
Right.
It's really not the best. And I'm the first person that will say, you should have that slice of pie. It actually is really annoying to me
when people don't eat cake at your kid's birthday party.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Which you are guilty of. So I don't even know how we're still friends. How we're talking. Even
Nothing's been the same since
Nothing's been the same. I've been judging you since that time. And that was like a whole year ago at this point. And so I'm like, okay, well, I don't even know how we got started doing this, but it's fine. I'll let that one slide. But you have the slice of pie. Don't eat the whole pie.
Yeah.
Do
you have the pie at 9 a.m.? Oh.
I mean, some families probably do.
Well,
I think we eat our Thanksgiving lunch at like 11.
Well, I'm just reminding you that you tried to serve me the cake at
well, it's breakfast at that point.
All right.
I think it was technically 10. I mean, the party started at like 9:30.
Well.
And we did gifts. Wait. No, maybe we didn't. Did we let them play for a little bit?
First. It was a cake first party.
It was like snack time. It was beyond breakfast. A slice of a cake for a 4-year-old's birthday party is a perfectly acceptable.
Okay, if I could go back and do it again, I would.
I'm so glad you're over this like fasting stage.
Yeah.
That's great. That's great. Oh,
okay. Good for me.
Good for you. Good for you.
You got to try it, try something.
Well, try something new.
Try stuff.
Yeah.
See what works.
So, holiday strategies and for like Thanksgiving, for example, what do you think would be a good strategy for somebody that tends to like overindulge that specific day?
I'm going to go ahead and turn this around.
Okay.
I'm going to redirect this. And I'm going to ask you. What?
You don't have any idea?
No.
I mean, at this point, I think we almost like role reverse, right? Aren't you the expert?
Well, and I feel like I have nothing.
You're
on this.
That's true.
I don't have strategies.
Like, I don't have
strategies for this. I feel like you are just a wealth of information. And so
this is the point in the podcast where Caleigh's like eyes starts glazing over because I'm like, I actually feel like I'm sharing some information that could be helpful. And she's like, doesn't apply.
No, I really.
I don't care.
I don't feel that way. Don't feel that way. Oh, golly. No. So I want to know what I'm genuinely curious.
Okay. So going specifically into Thanksgiving, a good strategy that works is starting with protein and vegetables on your plate.
Oh.
I mean, I feel like turkey is a pretty common dish at Thanksgiving. So I'm going to have to guess you're probably going to have turkey-ish something there. And so if you spend some time starting with your turkey, adding vegetables, and trying to do vegetables that aren't actual like salads. I mean,
like
I love a
green
good
bean casserole.
I love green bean casseroles, and I love like broccoli salads that are smothered in all the cream sauce and everything. But try to start with like vegetables first if you have them.
Because
But it's also hard because like sweet
there's not
potatoes,
just like a bowl of broccoli on the table.
Not usually, that's true. Sweet potatoes have got the
with the marshmallows
on top. And like, sweet potatoes are actually sweet enough by themselves, but it's fine.
Are sweet potatoes and yams the same thing?
Yes, they
It's
are.
the same thing.
Yes, and there's a reason why I think it's the different regions.
Okay.
I actually have a funny story about yams. So when I was in college, for my sorority, one of our week things, we had to do a scavenger hunt. We had this whole list of all of these things that we needed to go get. And whatever team came back, it was like a team building thing.
Yeah.
Whatever team came back with all the things on the list, like that's what we need to get. So there was all these things that were just commonly found in the dorms, right? Paper clips, paper, all these things. And all of a sudden, the one girl reading the list was like, a yam. We need a yam. And we're like, a yam? Who has a yam? Like, we all live in dorms. We're not like making our food. There's not like kitchenettes or whatever. It's like a yam. She's like, it says a yam. So we like piled in the car, ran to the grocery store, got a yam, went back, and we were all like counting out all of our stuff. It actually said yarn. She read it as a yam. I was like, oh,
are you sure this was your friend?
It was like a sorority sister, like,
but it wasn't you.
My friend's friend.
Right?
It was not me.
Because I've seen.
I know I cannot read very well sometimes, as we learned in the previous episode. I am sometimes not able to read very well. So, okay, my reading comprehension skills are also like in the tank. Like I failed standardized tests for reading comprehension, and maybe that's why I can't read.
Some of us can read. Some of us can't. Fitness model.
Right. Just pick what you want to have in life, and it's totally fine.
We can't have it all.
We cannot have it all. I have no idea what like the dumb blonde stereotype. Oh wait! It's like, listen, I couldn't read before I was blonde. Like, this isn't my natural color. Yeah. Okay. So
it was yarn.
It was yarn.
And
anyways, it wasn't me reading the list. I was just along for the ride, but it's fine. Okay. So anytime I hear yam, I think about that.
Yeah.
Story from 20 plus years
ago.
Now I will. Wow. Okay. So lucky you. So start with like turkey, but you know what? If you have only the green bean casserole or the broccoli salad or like the sweet potatoes, I mean, you can still indulge in having. You love them. Here's another like helpful tip. If you love it and you look forward to it, you should have it. Okay. Just manage your portions.
Can I tell you what my Thanksgiving plate generally looks like?
Oh, yeah, that'd be a good one. Fun. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. What does it look like? Do you have turkey? Okay, we'll see. So there we go.
Turkey with gravy on it.
Ooh,
brown gravy.
Ooh, really?
Brown gravy. Yep.
I don't know if we can be friends anymore.
No, because you don't like, if it's not a dry turkey, like it's fine. If it's, sometimes you get the turkey's a little bit dry and you just need a little moisture.
Wow. Okay.
So turkey.
Okay. Gravy.
You don't like gravy?
No, I do not like the flavor of it.
What about white gravy?
No, I do not like the flavor of gravy. So
you don't like biscuits and gravy?
Nope.
Me neither.
Yes. There's one thing we agree on.
Okay, back to my Thanksgiving plate.
Okay.
Got my turkey. Got my gravy. Mashed potatoes in large quantities.
Delish.
With gravy and corn in it.
Okay.
All mixed together.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Now, do you only have that combination of foods once a year?
I feel like it comes back around at Christmas.
Oh, okay. So the holiday season.
But that's not like my typical.
That's really just the leftovers from Thanksgiving.
Like if it's like KFC night, Oh. No, I don't eat.
Okay.
Not really KFC. But I do love.
I'm like, do they have all that stuff?
I do love mashed potatoes.
Okay.
It comes around every now and then.
Oh, mashed potatoes is pretty delicious.
I'll never turn away a plate of mashed potatoes. No. Mashed potatoes, gravy, corn. I'll do a little bit of green bean casserole. With the I didn't when I was a
kid. Crispy onion noodles. Yes. Onions, crispy.
Hard pass on the cranberries.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah. The cranberry jelly.
See, growing up, I didn't even know that like cranberries were like an actual
fruit.
Thing. I thought cranberries was like a can-shaped gelatinous blob.
Just like you open up and it just just pops out. Like, oh.
Pass on the cranberries.
My brother loves it. That's the only reason why we have it at Thanksgiving is because he wants the cranberry.
In the can? Or
Yeah.
Just, okay.
No, the can.
See, because then I got married to a normal. Like they do like actual cranberries.
Wait, that is a thing?
Yeah.
Like real cranberries?
Yeah.
It's what do you do with the real cranberries? Is it like a chutney?
Okay, like imagine like really. Okay. You know, like when you put sugar in strawberries to do
Yeah.
strawberry shortcake?
Yeah.
I think I could be wrong.
You're like,
but it's like that consistency. It's like
fresh strawberries
cranberries
or fresh cranberries with sugar.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's like if I had to imagine how it was made. But
what do you do with these cranberries?
You eat them
by themselves?
Yeah.
Huh. Okay. This is new information to me.
I mean, you know,
I know what a cranberry is, but we've always just had the plop out of the
like
jar.
actual like
a cranberry. Are they the whole cranberries?
I think
they don't chop them.
Mash. They're kind of like a mash.
Chop them.
Mash situation.
Okay.
Pass on the cranberries. Pass on the yams.
Only with the marshmallows, or just yams in general?
I don't like the yams.
Okay.
Yeah. Marshmallows. No marshmallows. I'm not a fan. I don't mind sweet potatoes. I just the Thanksgiving version of the in the casserole dish.
I think they have butter in that too, don't they? Don't they chop it up and it's butter plus the marshmallows? I don't even know who came up with that combination.
I mean, honestly, and then
a lot.
Dinner rolls.
That's a must.
That's pretty much my plate.
For sure.
To be honest with you. Turkey, mashed potatoes take
nothing green.
Plate. Well, the green beans.
Oh, the green beans. That's right. Okay, yeah.
And bread.
But I feel like that's a pretty typical.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving Day.
And pumpkin pie with the whipped cream after.
So you choose the pumpkin pie. What other versions of dessert are
it's all pies? It's all pies.
I know, but there's different flavors. Like what other kinds of pies?
And growing up, it was always just. I feel like it was always just pumpkin pie, which I did not appreciate as a child.
I don't appreciate it as an adult.
I like it now.
I don't think I've ever enjoyed pumpkin pie.
I will. I like pumpkin pie, some whipped cream, but I'm also I'm a big cherry pie girl.
Oh yeah.
I love cherry pie. I love apple pie. I don't feel like apple pie is a big Thanksgiving.
Probably depends.
But
it depends.
I'm not. The only pie I will turn away, strawberry rhubarb.
Ooh, yeah. See, I like strawberries, but you throw the rhubarb in there, I'm like, ooh, I can't. I
can do pretty much any other kind of pie. Blueberries.
We have pecan pie at ours.
Oh.
Which it's funny because growing up, I don't think it was till I was 24 that I finally was like, okay, maybe I should try the pecan pie. Like, this has been at our house. It's always been here for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a pie. It should be sweet. Well, what happened is I actually made it one year and I realized how much corn syrup and sugar is in it. I was like, okay, this thing actually has to be sweet. Even though it's brown and it looks like it's burnt, it is very sweet.
Yeah. Pecan pie's good. I didn't like it as a kid.
What is?
Pecan pie.
Oh, yeah, pecan pie. Yeah. So it was delicious. Yeah. Now I have a little bite, but it's usually what sets me then over the edge.
So what does your Thanksgiving plate look like?
Turkey. Like my mom, we don't cut it. She kind of pulls it or does a pulled turkey because I do not like the dark turkey meat. So
I like light.
The white meat only. She pulls it and puts it in a crock pot so it helps stay so it doesn't get dry. That's how she keeps it
the
warm.
Traditional turkey on the table.
No, we do not.
Okay.
No, we do not. So she bakes it and then pulls it apart and then puts it in crock pots to keep it warm. But then that also helps keep kind of the wetness in a little bit.
So you never had dry turkey. That's why you don't.
No, right. That's why I don't. Yeah. Yep. So get some, big chunks of the turkey out, and then I'm with you on the mashed potatoes. Delicious. And then some.
Do you put corn in it?
No.
No, you're not a corn girl.
I do corn, but I don't mix them. Okay. I'll have a little bit of that on the side because what usually for us, a lot of times it's sweet corn from the field in the summer that we've prepped and put in the freezer. Yeah. So it's really super delicious Nebraska sweet corn. Do that, and then green bean casserole and a dinner roll, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, so we're pretty similar.
Pretty similar, actually, surprisingly. Cheers. Minus the gravy.
Yeah.
The mixing.
I like the gravy.
But yeah, so I focus a lot on the turkey though, to try to get as much of that as possible, because that's going to fill you up. But that's also, what people think makes them sleepy though too, because it's the tryptophans in the turkey, which, not opposed to a good nap afterwards.
No, you can nap after Thanksgiving
rest
dinner.
for sure.
Take a little snooze. And you eat dinner, quote unquote, dinner so early in the day on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, ours is like 11 o'clock in the morning. So and that too, I think, because then it starts earlier. It's a whole day celebration.
Yeah.
Then you have
take a
round
nap,
2.
and then you wake up and you get a dinner roll and you put some turkey on it and some butter.
Yes. And it's like round 2.
Yeah.
And then, I'm not really a big pie person.
No.
I mean, I've learned to like take a tiny slice of pecan pie. But I would rather be like a cupcake or cookie or ice cream person over pies.
Are those available to you on Thanksgiving?
No.
Okay.
So I usually don't have a whole lot of sweets.
See, we
I
do.
guess.
Me and my husband were married on March 14th.
Right. Pie day.
Pie day. So every year we take the girls out to eat pie.
Is that for the love of pie, or does that just randomly happen, or is that because it's the 3.14 to infinity numbers?
It's just because it's pie day.
It's just
we're
pie
like,
day.
well, we have kids, and
Well, that's my husband's birthday.
Yeah, that's right.
So there we go. We like our past.
You don't buy him a pie for his birthday?
No, I should though.
Right.
He does actually like pies.
There you go.
Oh, that would be smart. I've known him at this point for almost like 15 years. I'm like, I've never thought that makes sense. Should buy him a pie on his birthday because his birthday's pie day. Okay, so that's a pretty typical Thanksgiving. So, I would say if you have different portions that you could just swizzle around, like don't necessarily change the choices.
Yeah.
But just maybe
do a little bit more green.
Oh, sometimes we'll have like a 7-layer salad. Have you ever had a 7-layer salad with like the iceberg lettuce on the bottom and then like cheese and peas?
I mean, I'm going to stop you right there. No, I haven't.
Really? No. You're not a salad person. That's fine. See, we're going to get you introduced to salads. And then
Before you name up all the 7 layers, I'm just going to tell you right now.
Okay. Well, Brittany was here, talked about her delicious salads. We're going to get you introduced to that because it's a must. So, but yeah, that'll be some green salads, I guess. Sometimes that happens.
Okay. So that's Thanksgiving. And that's the one day
One day.
situation.
So it's
now let's
easy.
switch gears and talk about.
And it's not going to throw your whole plan off track.
Right.
If you just enjoy that one day, you're going to be fine. Enjoy it.
Yep.
Show your kids how you can eat normal, or just.
Okay. No, now let's talk about the 7 Christmas parties that you have.
Right. Which is a struggle. And the endless amount of cookie trays that are at work, and everyone's giving food, or you've got those friends that are like, oh, I'm not going to give you a present, but I'm going to bake you this box.
Yeah, it's a very sugary, sweet season.
Intense. How did that get started?
I have no answers for you. I don't know. It's just holiday. I don't know. It's just the holidays. You just want to.
I guess so. I don't know. But that's just, it is a lot to manage.
Yeah.
I end up putting a lot in the freezer and then eating it over the next 4 months.
Yeah.
But I do that with sweets. If somebody gives me a huge thing of cookies, I'll eat 1 or 2 that day.
Yeah.
And then I will put it in a container and throw it in the freezer, and once a week, pull one out and just eat on it for months. But not everyone can do that. My husband.
I never even thought to do that. It's just
I freeze everything. I think that's the farm girl in me that grew up on the farm. You don't make extra trips to town. You go buy groceries. You put everything in the freezer. Wow. Chips are in the freezer.
What?
Cookies are in the freezer.
Okay, you're getting wild now. We don't put chips in the freezer. No. What?
You don't put chips in the freezer? Do you have a deep freeze at your house?
2 of them.
What do you put in your deep freeze?
Meat.
Oh, that's it?
Pretty much.
Oh, you should freeze
not chips.
Well, no, because you probably eat them fast enough. They don't get. Do they get
I know sometimes my husband's grandma will send home she'll have an extra loaf of bread or whatever
out of the freezer
bread, and she's always like, well, go ahead and just put it in your freezer. I'm like, it's not gonna make it that long. We're gonna just eat it. She made me cupcakes for my birthday, red velvet cupcakes, cream cheese frosting. She made 2 dozen of them. No, it wasn't 2 dozen. It was a lot though.
But still,
it was over a dozen.
Put them in your freezer.
And she was like, well, you can freeze these, so and I was like, ma'am, I'm not going to need to.
Yeah. I agree with her. Put them in the freezer.
No,
that way you can enjoy them for the next 6 months instead of binging.
Yeah, I just enjoyed them over the next
6 hours.
6 hours. Oh, they were so good.
How'd you feel after that?
Fine, honestly. Fine. They were for my birthday. It was for my birthday. It wasn't in 6 hours. Let's be very clear.
Well, okay,
it was
fine.
over some days, and it was my husband and my 2 kids.
Okay, you shared. That was
shared
nice.
But I mean, did I eat more than 1 cupcake in a span of 3-4 days? Yeah, sure. Happy birthday to me.
Well, it was your birthday.
Right.
It's not an everyday occurrence.
Right.
So you can make some exceptions.
So none of them got frozen, and I'm not sorry.
Yeah. Well, I think it's like, it was well worth it. I would freeze them. That's the first thing I would do. I would actually probably cut them into even like fourths, or depending on the size of the cupcake, cut them in halves and then freeze them. So I can only pull out a half at a time.
You're a fascinating person.
Why would you do that? I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah. Cause then or like really big, like gourmet cupcakes that are like super oversized. Those I will put into like fourths. Put them into different chunks and put them in a container so they freeze. And then I can literally just pull out like a piece at a time and just.
See, I have this thing where once something goes in my freezer,
it just goes there to be done.
No man's land. It just forgot the island of lost food.
Like it's just not going to be eaten. So why am I going to put it there?
Yeah.
So yeah, the strategy, like to mitigate the holiday parties, is definitely a tough one.
Yeah.
So it just kind of depends on you, like how well you can handle being around or manage being around those, For me, I tend to focus on how it makes me feel.
Yeah.
Because I know that if I go through and have a whole big plate, that I'm just not going to feel well after that. And it's like, ooh, is that really worth it?
Yeah.
No. So just paying attention and scaling back like the sizes of stuff makes a big difference, but not completely saying no.
Yeah.
Because then
you want to enjoy the holidays.
You should enjoy the holidays. It comes once a year. Sure. A lot of these treats only get made once a year. Just, one, not the whole box.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, Christmases are kind of the same thing. And just realize that a few days of enjoying your company, the social aspect of the holidays, like bringing people together, it is not going to completely wreck an entire year.
No, absolutely
like
not.
Multiple years worth of like work. And so, if you just pay attention to how you're feeling, it's probably not worth it if it's going to make you not feel very good.
It's true.
But, all right. So that's kind of like holidays, eating parties situation.
And I think we need to touch upon that overdoing it for the holidays and then with the intention of a New Year's resolution.
Right. Yes.
Is probably not.
No, probably not the best. Probably just setting yourself up for something that's not going to be super positive in the end. So that should not be I'm using this opportunity.
Yeah, and which I think is what a lot of people do.
Yeah, don't do that. You don't feel good. It's like you feel guilty.
Yep.
You physically don't feel well.
No.
You're and very quickly, you can feel your pants starting to get tighter and all the fun things.
Well, and the holidays can be stressful enough with all of the other buying gifts, getting, seeing all the family, all the things. And then so if you're eating like crap.
Yeah. And then compounding.
You're not doing yourself any favors.
Not at all. Because it does end up being a lot with all those other factors.
Yeah.
On top of it. So you try to avoid any type of binging situations going on because you're planning on making some sort of New Year's resolution that is apparently going to be like the end all be all this year. It wasn't last year or the year before, but you're like, this is my year.
Right.
It's like break those cycles, break them. It took me probably 3 or 4 years where I made the same New Year's resolution and then it finally stuck. But it didn't stick till I had kids.
I didn't even ask you because I didn't care. Your life. You're a New Year's resolution person.
I do, only because I'm like, this is kind of fun. Like, I don't mind being like, okay, like, yes, let's do this. Like, I'm a goal setting type person. Yeah. I'm type A. I like to make lists. I like to check things off. I like to think like whether it's New Year's resolution, whether it's New Year's Day, whether it's the beginning of the school year. I think it's important to have points in life where you stop and you just think.
See, I agree with you, but I think my turnoff is the cliche, I think.
Oh, yeah,
everybody's making a New Year's resolution.
I don't know if I've ever made one that's been diet related, though. No, it's been more like
what?
Different types of goals. But for the longest time, it was
like learning to read.
Well, clearly that one hasn't panned out. Like, no, I've actually never made that New Year's resolution because I just know that I don't care to do it. So that's why I have you. You're like, you don't even see the word and you know what it is. You're like, wait a second, does that say unless? I'm like, useless unless. Oh yeah, that's it.
You're so pretty though. You know?
You're such sweetheart. Just don't talk. just. Oh no. Mine was I was gonna start flossing my teeth every day. It literally took me.
I've been working on
it. It took me 4 years of like.
I'm just not working on that.
And before then, it was I'm gonna consistently brush my teeth twice a day.
Yeah.
I was always like a morning brusher because I feel like you're.
Yeah, you have to.
Like, you have to in the morning because you're just like.
I struggle with the bedtime brushing. I'm done for the day.
Yes. And so that for like, it was a phase for like years where I was like the bedtime brushing. I was like, no, I'm fine. I'm fine. And then it was like, no, I want to do this because I think it's the right thing to do. And
Oral
I want
health.
to do it. Oral health is good.
It's important.
It is important. And so I was for years, then it was, I'm going to brush twice a week. And every year I'd make it like
twice a week.
Oh, sorry. Right. Yes.
Goals.
Hashtag goals. Brush your teeth twice a week. Only that's all you need.
Was it like a Tuesday, Thursday thing?
Yes. So watch out. The weekends were a little rough. Oh no. So like, I'd be like, okay, I'm at twice a day.
Yeah.
Twice a day. And every year I would just start making it longer. You know, it'd be like January would roll around and then that first year kind of faded off. I was like, okay, so I finally got that down when I had kids and I was teaching them about good oral hygiene. And I was like, you should brush them in the morning and night.
Yeah, I've seen you're militant about your kids.
We have these song and we sing and it says you got to brush your teeth twice a day. And then it's to row your boat. So, okay, we did it. So I'm like, ooh, I can't look them in the eye and be like, sweetheart, this is what I do.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay, twice a day. So maybe it wasn't the New Year's resolution, but I've been working up to it, but that definitely kicked me over the edge. And then now the last few years it's been flossing. I need to floss every day.
Yeah.
I'm not there yet on that one.
You got a water pick?
No, but you mentioned that. I know. Yeah. You mentioned the water pick. I'm like, I feel like I need to invest in that.
It's good.
Is it the same as floss?
I think it's better. Well, actually, I had asked my dentist a few months back. I told him I had a water pick and he was like, that's great. And I was like, I didn't know. I'm like, I'm glad you said that because I didn't know if they were like a gimmicky kind of thing. Yeah. He's like, no, water picks are amazing.
Okay. Well, perfect. Maybe that'd be better. Because I'm like the floss and
I hate flossing, but I do. Actually, I do. I'm trying to like just do both because I think they both probably.
I'm sure they probably do different. Yeah. A little bit of different either way.
Get the gunk out and then power wash it away.
But what's crazy is like once you get into the habit of something like that, now I can't not brush my teeth before I go to bed because now I've gotten used to it.
Yeah.
Same thing. Like when I go through my longer, every spurt gets longer with the flossing. I'm like, oh my gosh, I just feel so much better when I just take the time to do it.
So you're a New Year's resolution girl.
Okay. I am because it's like that one time a year where, but it's not, yes. I'm like, you know what? Just stop and think about it. Like, what do you want to go do? I think moments in life, think bigger picture. It can be whatever you want it to be.
Just understand that like, you're not going to change your life on January 1st.
No.
You know, like come up with a little something.
Or make it like something a little bit more attainable that you know you can be consistent with long term, you know, but definitely don't use if you do New Year's resolutions, don't use that as your like free for all to just binge through the holidays because all you're doing is digging yourself a deeper hole. You don't feel good. Then you're gonna have the guilt, and then you're gonna set yourself
harder to if you're gonna jump back and you start going to the gym or whatever.
Yeah,
it's just suck.
It's not gonna be helpful. So just be mindful through the holidays. Don't skip out on anything, but just pay attention to portions. Have a plan. Sometimes, the protein shakes before parties can be super helpful. If you have one before you go in, then you're not starving.
True.
It's kind of the same thing where it's still the saying is don't go grocery shopping on a hungry, like empty stomach or whatever. Same thing. If you are going into a party, if you would have a little something to eat or take a protein shake that you're drinking before you go in,
right,
you're going to be less likely. Okay. Well, now this topic is completely boring, Caleigh. I knew it. We would hit this moment where her eyes would glaze over and she's like,
it's like
and I'm
midnight.
out. I'm like out. Oh, she's like, I'm done with this conversation.
I go to bed at 9:30.
I know. We're like going to get this last episode recorded. And so we're going to share all this information so that people are ready to get through the holidays. So I think that was a success. I think we did that.
All right.
Gave people something to think about. You can do this. You're going to have a great holiday season. Don't set yourself up for something that's going to be failed upon.
Yeah. And so with that, that's
season. Wait, 2. What do you like it or love it or hate it? Love it or hate it? I don't know. Just, I guess, having a strategy for the holidays.
I love a good plan. Being mindful, being intentional about what you're doing.
I love the holidays.
Absolutely.
Don't feel like you can't have something you look forward to all year, because that's also just going to set yourself up. Eat the pie, not the whole thing. Enjoy your friends, your family. This is a holiday. The season is to celebrate all of those relationships, be in the moment, and then get ready to kick off the new year. Yeah. So there we go.
We love it.
Yeah, we love it. But this wraps up season 2.
Season 2. We got through we've been doing this for a year.
Yeah, this is wild. This is so fun.
About a year ago, we were like,
yeah, I was like, let's do this.
Do a podcast.
So now we did.
Cool.
And so now we'll get things pulled together and planned for season 3. And it's going to be probably the best one yet.
Probably. Let's,
because we get better every
thank
episode.
Our 6 listeners.
Yeah, right. Well, thank you for listening
to us.
This
has been cool.
For sure. I thank you to all of our guests too. We had this season. We had some amazing guests. It was kind of fun to have, more people in on the conversation, different viewpoints. So I guess let us know how you feel about the guests. Is this something we should continue to do?
Yeah.
And also too, reach out and let us know if you have any topic ideas, because we're happy to talk about those as well. So
yeah, should we drop our email?
Yeah.
If you have something you want to hear us talk about,
you can email us.
Email us at nachofitnesscoach@gmail.com.
Yep.
That'd be cool.
Find us on social media, really anywhere at Nacho Fitness Coach. Yeah. Yep. Except for Twitter, that was too long. So it's Nacho Fit Coach.
Nobody's going to be reaching out to us on Twitter.
No, probably not. But that's okay. TikTok, Instagram is Nacho Fitness Coach. Email, nachofitnesscoach@gmail.com.
Yeah.
And reach out, because we cannot wait to hear ideas, and we'll incorporate them in and move Cheers ahead to season 3, I guess. I don't know.
We're tired, guys.
We're tired. This is great.
We just recorded.
We're good. We're good. We are, and so now we're wrapping it up. So thanks for listening. Thanks for hanging out with us, and have a super happy holiday season.
Yep.
And until next time.
Bye.
Thanks for listening. Be sure to head over to our Instagram at Nacho Fitness Coach and let us know how you feel about the topic. Do you love it or hate it?
Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe or follow button wherever you're listening. And if you like our podcast, leave us a rating. See you next time.
You've been listening to Euphony Innovatives Sonified.